By the gods, Cameramendi, I have finally escaped my ordeal. The DLF. They're on my list. Yes, they are indeed. Are you going to say hello, Cameramendi? Oh God, she's got to mess with the It has been a horrific thing, my friends. Yes, to be trapped on this isle. Yes, however, even though I was trapped on the isle, I want you to know something. We are going to make good on the DLF's promise that they would give away gift cards. Yes. So I am not telling you what isle I'm on. You must still figure it out. Ha ha! Yes, indeed. What, Cameramendi?
Hello, everyone.
It took a lot of work to make this beard look so messy, Cameramendi.
Did it? Okay, I have footage of the daring rescue.
It was amazing.
Yes.
I must give credit to the Goo crew, to all of our gooey friends. It was magnificent. But I'm worried about Rainy Windsong. We still have to talk about this, and I want to know if Chaldean is still imprisoned. Yes, we must know about these things.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes, I want to see this footage.
Okay, I was there, and I
know, Cameramendi. I am proud of you for coming to help rescue me.
Yes. So daring.
It was
adventure.
It needs some like epic music, like Apocalypse Now stuff kind of thing.
So it started with an SOS.
Yes, I was very afraid.
Yes.
Yes, Cameramendi.
So it started with you crying out for help, right?
Yes. Thank goodness that bird flew overhead. Unfortunately, it pooped on me at the same time.
Literally, it was so epic.
Dun, 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 dun.
Lauren spared no expense.
Yes. Do we have helicopters in Zyathé? What does the cat have to do?
This firefighter showed up for you.
Yes, thank God. The gods. This is about the cheesiest thing we've ever done, Cameramendi.
I don't think it's as cheesy as last week.
Yes, I was so cold.
No. I'm just joking. This is not the real rescue. I'll show the real rescue.
All right.
I'm sorry. Apologies. My mom's calling. Okay. So, this soldier.
You should show yourself.
Soldier.
Or both of us.
I can't.
All right, so the soldier. Go ahead. All right, the soldier. Yes, who is the soldier? It looks like Sir James.
Went to go lead the charge.
Oh, God.
An epic battle.
So many lost.
Commence.
Heartbreaking.
Just the entire gooey community uniting.
Yes, thank God they were there.
Against the DLF. And when they found you.
Yes. Yes.
You were like, oh, I gotta go now.
Well, I had never experienced cocktails before.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, daring adventure. You're rescued, and I'm glad that you're back.
Thank you, Cameramendi.
So grateful.
I hope we didn't lose half the audience.
Probably did.
In any case, hello, my friends.
Mostly it's just us cackling at ourselves.
It is good to be back.
Your collar's all messed up.
Cameramendi, you asked me to appear messed up today.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is your real...
Look, there we go.
Okay, yes.
Look,
okay.
I've lost a button, Cameramendi.
We need
in the ordeal. I need a whole new costume. We're going to do that one of these days.
It's just not in the budget.
Wait, look at this.
Yes.
Ooh.
I put a dice there so you can do it. This is from Matt.
Magnificent Matt.
This is the infamous slot machine.
Look at this. Watch. You pull the little... And by the way, it's a 20-sided little thing. If you can see it right there, that's a 20-sided dice. I think it's a 20-sided. It might be a 12er. I have to count. But it's right there on the handle. You pull the handle, and it rolls your dice. And yes, only a 10, sadly.
Okay, look, guys. I'm just going to be real with you. I have not found a great set of gooey dice that rolls very well.
I have, Cameramendi, and many have. So don't be trying to say it's just your bad luck.
I mean, I have rolled many.
I'm going to ask John Federkins if he weighted your sets to.
They're not. I think this is a commonly known issue amongst the gooey community. Here, roll another one. See what happens. This, by the way, is not my set. This is the set off your desk. I think we have a hype train coming.
That was an 8.
I'm telling you.
They're just average rolls. That's average rolls.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, 17.
Okay, well, there you go. Anyway, this is lovely, Matt. I'm so excited that we finally got our...
Another 17.
I am so glad we finally got our slot machine. And thanks for printing a second one since we
A
didn't
9.
get the first one. So, yeah. I feel like we're off our game this morning.
I'm not off my game. I'm ready. We have got the coolest things to do today.
I know. I'm very excited about this Dark and Haven slideshow that you put together.
So listen, my friends. I'm going to start something today. We're going to do a little series for the next few Goo Morning Zyathés about running a city campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And we're very excited to talk about it and show it and bring some of these things that at least from my personal experience.
All these subs are happening.
Oh, you are marvelous. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you so much. There are so many subs. I think that one was from Ben.
Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Ben.
Oh my God, we're at a level 8 hype train?
Hypers.
When did that happen?
They must love my new beard action. And did you see the DLF created a simulacrum?
I did see the simulacrum at the
But Ms. Goo uncovered it.
Okay,
yes,
totally.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. Wow, and Haunted Wolf gifted a bunch of subs, and so did Doc Hawkins.
Thank you, my friends. We are excited about the things to come with Goo Morning Zyathé. We have got some. Camera Mandy and I have some crazy plans. We're talking with Lawrence and the Goo crew. There may be more people involved as we go forward, but for right now, I'm very excited just to talk about running a city, because I have some particular predilections, if you will, in regards to how you can do this without going crazy, right? And really bring the city to life while also not having to create hundreds and hundreds of locations and all of this kind of stuff. By the way, we already have some of that taken care of. And by the way, has anybody in the chat gotten your Dark and Haven box set yet? I just want to know. I got a wonderful message from Casey this morning, who actually had it on his deck, his porch this morning, and he texted me. He said he was astounded. So I hope you all are astounded. We definitely went far and away above and beyond what we promised in the Kickstarter. And that was our thank you to you all who had to wait so long for these.
So we're split. Some people have and some people have not.
They're shipping, my friends.
They're doing the best. I even have a picture of it.
The assembly of this is outrageous, right? The time it takes to put it together, one box, it's just outrageous. And we've got as many folks as we can, who are helping. And
we have like doubled our Gooey Cube staff in the last 5 months?
Yeah, we took the Kickstarter money and reinvested it in the business, and that's what we're going to do. That's our plan, right?
So we're still making no money, but it'll be fine in the long run.
It's okay.
You know what's good though, and I genuinely love this, is being able to have a team of people.
Absolutely.
There's nothing.
And they're having fun. They're putting stuff in their Gooey Den and on the Discord.
I know Devin has like some really fun videos. I'm really enjoying what
you
Devin.
should probably show the Popper one. Yeah, you should probably show that one sometime.
I guess I haven't even said hi yet. Oh, here.
I know, cameraman. You haven't even shown your
Hi.
face. There she is. And look, I'm
here.
on the screen behind.
I did.
Just stay with you, cameraman.
No. I'm gonna do social media.
And everybody allowed to see your hat.
Well, they've seen my hat.
Well, not everyone has seen your hat.
I'll show it later.
All right. Okay. Social media.
Yeah, let's go do this really quick.
We have a lot of fun in the Gooey Den. And for those of you who might be new this morning, this is part of the thing that we do, right? The thing that we do. Oh, look at that little baby. Oh, yeah. So I had to get off the island no matter what, because yesterday morning at 7:30 a.m., this little cutie was born to Mike and Marianne, who are one of our 3 children. And well, not Mike and Marianne, just Mike, and Marianne is Mike. You understand? I apologize.
They become your kids.
Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do. So we don't have a name yet. They are close. I really am lobbying for Alphinius. So
You're
this
not
is
going to name it Alphinius.
But I haven't gotten any good fortune. But thank you to all of you who gave us these wonderful well wishes and congratulations and said nice things and all of that stuff.
She is a little ray of hope.
Yeah.
We've had a hard year.
Isn't that something? You know. And for all of you, I want you to listen to me. I do have perspective because of my age. And life is like this roller coaster of life. And if you're going through a hard time right now, the sun will shine again. Almost always it shines again. And so I just encourage you to do the best you can to make it through the hard times and help others when they're in hard times. And because when the sun comes up, it is a glorious thing. And we had that yesterday morning. It is magnificent. And Marianne is doing fine. And it's just,
I like the baby holding up her little pinky.
yeah, I know, so
She's
cute.
so ready for tea.
Yeah, she's definitely
Adorable.
She's going to be influenced by you, Cameramendi.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, okay, this was great. Alan, magnificent. I mean, we don't typically read all this stuff, right? But okay, let's get Alphinius Goo home. I think we'll be safe for a moment. Cassius Lockett pulled out a specific sending stone and spoke into it. Taxi for Goo, Geisengax and Company, on the way. They were not alone. A large bunch of raptors prepared to attack as the blimp descended, only to turn the other way and retreat rather quickly as the blimp transformed, reverting shape into an imp larger than some houses. Cameramendi, it was a imp. It was a transformer.
Imp, yes.
It was a transformer. Mr. Goo, a pleasure to finally meet you, Governor, the imp declared. My name is Resiv, and I'll be your imp for today. He turned to Lukaj Geisengax. Are you paying for the way? Paying for the way is back as well? Lukaj, who had chosen to be most silent during the adventure, sighed heavily but nodded. Perfect! Luke's throwing some cash.
That's hilarious.
Perfect! All aboard! Resiv quickly transformed back into the imp form, but remained on the ground as Alphinius, Cassius, and the 4 Geisengaxes quickly boarded. I can take another 6 of you, Resiv's voice told the remaining people. About a minute later, decisions made, and all passengers that chose to be safely aboard. Resiv took the imp. It took off, and the large airship turned and headed for Ethel.
Very nice.
That's so
much
good.
better than my. I should have written a script for my footage that I pulled last night.
Yes, I'm really thinking we need. This is interesting. So we have to see if Alan wants to do it, right? But there's some cost to doing this. But I really think Risiv, the airship captain, needs to be canon in the world of Zyathé. And it would be the first airship captain that we have, right?
Yes.
So I don't know about the transformer thing. We'll have to figure out how that works, but it would be very, very cool.
I agree.
I guess it would be Cassius Lockett who was actually the character, right? So Resiv would be sort of their key magic item, so to speak. Anyway, very nice, Alan. Thank you for this magnificent. I hope you all spend a little time looking at stuff in the den because we have so many creative people. I mean, it's just amazing. And I, my whole life, my whole career has been advertising in the creative business and all of this stuff. And I love creative people. And there are so many of them in this marvelous, geeky, nerdy community. And it is wonderful.
Can I insert something?
Yes, you should.
Okay, I just got this funny text. And I know most people probably won't care about this, but it's adorable. Okay, so as some people have noted, it was my birthday this week.
It was, Cameramendi.
And
happy birthday.
Thank you. And tonight we're having a big party. It's not a birthday party, but it is to celebrate the paying off of my student loans, my 15 years of being done finally with that payment. But we're having character actors come to the party. So we have Rapunzel coming and a pirate, Captain Goldbeard. I just got this text from my sister, and she says, my little niece Ella says, they're coming so far. And Callie asked who, and Ella says, the princesses have to drive from Disneyland in California to Mandy's party. And that just warmed my little heart and put a big smile on my face.
I hope this Captain Goldbeard has
Has a
got a good accent. Yes, I do. Yes, Cameramendi, I really want to do this
What?
year, for sure. Okay.
What?
I have done this before, you know this, but I've never really done it. We need to buy a special Santa suit. We need to do it. We need to take a little money from Gooey Cube, and we need
What
to
money
go.
from Gooey Cube?
We'll find it.
This is a personal.
I'll write it. I'll write the check.
Yeah, you write the check.
So we need to get a really good and interesting Santa suit, and we need to go. I did this for years, with Mr. Biggs. So we need to go back to the Boys and Girls Clubs, and we need to go to the YMCA, and we need to give away a bunch of prizes to kids who can't. Not prizes, but presents to kids.
I love this idea.
So it needs to happen
We should definitely
this
do
year.
this.
It needs to happen. We have to do it.
Well, we got to get your Santa suit now. We got to get some.
Yeah, we better
make
make an order. I
Yeah.
really wanted to have a green cape, and I can't be super hot, Cameramendi.
Okay, well, if you're gonna have a cape, you're gonna be hot. But we could do a green suit.
Would that be interesting? Okay, we'll have a talk about it. What does the chat think about Santa actually not being all in red, but actually having sort of green as part of
Kiki
the
says green Santa
accoutrements?
suit.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think a really nice green Santa suit that's like with red accents. I think that'd be super
very
fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You'd be like Santa's evil brother.
I'm not going to be his evil brother. I'm giving away presents to the kiddos.
Santa's happy brother.
All
anyway.
right. Yes.
Okay. Next up. Sorry.
What you got?
I got distracted.
Let's see it, cameraman.
Okay. Let's see here. What was it? Oh, it was a great little. Oops.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
So can I talk about this? Because I want to say this. So
Okay.
when I was a kid, there was a box set, and you bought the box set, and it had these blue dice in there with a wax crayon so you could color in the numbers. And this was the basic set for Dungeons and Dragons. And Luke, with Gaxworks, and they recreated these, and we had them, a small number of them available at our Kickstarter, and sold them all out very, very rapidly. And for those of you who didn't get one, I want to tell you something. I think Luke is going to remake more of them. And I think if everything works out, sometime around March, there may be another Kickstarter coming for Guys and Gax 2. So that's the plan right now. There's lots coming, and the Temple of Existential Evil, yes, shall be a part of that. The Little Keep on the Border shall be part of that, and perhaps even we will learn of giants in the Mithril Mountains.
So Michelle says, I so loved changing the colors of my dice numbers.
Wasn't that fun, Michelle? You could change them up. You just scraped out the wax. You know, it was. No, I remember all this. It was so fun.
Randy Gray Fox, that takes me back to the 70s. Yeah. By the way, Randy, that reminds me, I still have my list of people that I owe prizes to. You are one of them, and I am almost to the point where I feel
it is okay, Camera
yes.
Randy. Everyone understands how crazy this little tiny group is. So, and by the way, doubling the staff means we added like 2 people.
And well, I mean, the reality is I have not had an assistant since right before Gen Con.
That's true.
And I am very close to making another hire. I'm very excited. So that will open me back up. I'll actually be in the den and actually get all the stuff done that's on my plate.
Well, and this will open up the opportunity for what we want to do. We got some crazy things planned. I really think it's going to be magnificent. I'm going to love the augmentation. It may be a little less of a low budget production after we move into 2025. So we'll see.
We'll see. Okay. And I'm looking at hiring a real nerd. So we'll see.
Loves Dungeons and Dragons.
We'll see what happens.
Harry, you magnificent man, you.
This is great. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cough right into
Yes, so
Grimindon,
right, is this former dwarven stronghold, massive, that was right near Darkenhaven in the depths right below. And the dwarves were one of the peoples who wanted to, quite a number of their clans, wished to separate from the Eternic civilization. And terrible things happened to the Grimindon dwarves done by the Etherns. It's all part of the lore of Darkenhaven and all of that stuff. But I do hope in the future we will actually explore Grimindon, the Farthen Deep Passage, and other things.
We got to this point in Shadows and Genzicon.
Oh,
where they were brought in. So, yeah.
Really good.
How far into that adventure are we if we just got that? Shadows and Genzicon?
What do you mean if you just got it? How
far?
So
if we just got that information, like, are we like halfway through? Are we?
I'm not giving you any spoilers,
I'm
Camera
just
Mandy.
curious.
That's the mystery. You're trying to get clues.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Camera Mandy.
It's not that. I just I didn't expect to still be playing Shadows and Genzicon like a year.
Well, it all depends on.
To be fair,
it all depends on your timing.
Right? Well, it also depends because we only play like once every 2 or 3 weeks for 2 hours.
Yeah, and the thing is for us, right? Yes. You know, we almost always my group has to break up for the summertime. There's too much traveling. There's too much things going on. So we haven't played. We're actually going to play this. I think it's this Sunday. We're going to play. No, excuse me. I think it's this Friday. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's Sunday or Friday. So we're going to do that. Corey's going to be here, and then we're gonna play a little game. So I'm excited for that. But Harry, your Grimindon dwarves with their corruption and terrible curses and all of the stuff. A tragic tale, honestly. They're not very nice people, but they have had terrible things done to them, which might make anyone not very nice.
Well, with that said, though, I really like what you did in this
Isn't she wonderful?
And so in Darkness and Genzicon, which I believe is still, by the way, for sale with the limited edition.
Yes, it is. In fact, we got to talk to our Gen Con friends and see if they'll let us do a post. because the time is coming short. So we need to pay
Yeah.
for a post and
That's
see if
right.
they'll do
That
that
was
for
on
us.
my list. I'm
Yep,
sorry. I
it's
haven't
okay.
had a chance to
That's
do
right.
it.
We'll do it next week.
Yeah. Okay, next up. Sorry, we're just chit-chatting this morning. Okay, this is funny from Adam.
This is
First one's free. Then you start to buy dice and a handbook. Then a S-load, more dice. Then the rest of the books. Then the miniatures start. And once you're down that path, it's only a short road to Dwarven Forge. Then does line of 3D printer dust. You're truly lost. And then I loved Adam's little supplement to this. Then you find Gooey Cube. Honestly, I sometimes wonder if drugs would have been the cheaper option for my hobbies.
cameraman, you have seen my house.
Yes, I know. It's such a productive. Okay, here's the problem. Is you want to support all these
The
people.
creators, yes,
Yeah,
and I do.
Yeah. And even if you like I was just over at Edward and Lindsay's house for their housewarming party, and they have tremendous shelves full of board games and all sorts of stuff. And you want to go support
You do.
the
creators.
not just the creators, the stores. You want to,
yes, of course, your community game stores, all of that stuff.
Because it all ties back in together. And there's like probably no way someone could play all this stuff over their lifetime.
No.
Maybe you could, I don't know, but people are just going to keep creating good stuff.
I do believe I don't remember the number, but it's thousands and thousands of painted miniatures.
You do have
many I painted.
Your collection is crazy.
Yeah, and of course I love Dwarven Forge, and Stefano and Nate and the whole crew over there are so wonderful, and I love to support them. I even bought their science fiction stuff, even though I never. I'll figure out some way to use it as technic artificistry.
Harry says, I have 20 lifetimes worth of RPG campaign material.
Yes, but I will tell you, for me, I read RPG campaign material for fun.
Yeah.
So I agreed that I don't really, there's no way I could use it all, but I do use it for entertainment and for inspiration. And I would argue that many times I would almost prefer to pick up a wonderfully written adventure and read that instead of a novel. I just, personal preference. I enjoy it. That's why we write the way we write our stuff, cameraman. We want to really entertain game masters. That's the goal.
Yeah. Okay. Next up. So this is some of the shipping boxes. And
yeah, this is crazy, cameraman D.
Yeah. Lawrence asked, my back hurts. Does insurance cover massages? I would argue that he has army insurance, so
he's also burly.
It is.
He's
true.
very burly.
Yeah, he's doing great, so he's just fine. We're not worried about him. Anyway, but yeah, we are.
Yeah, well, there was all kinds of shenanigan comments that went on down there underneath. The massage thing got a little out of control.
Oh, I didn't even think. I'm too innocent for this world. I swear.
Yes, you're so innocent, cameraman.
It's true. Okay. This was just a very intriguing image of a demon pulling a man in by his beard. And then Adam says, reminder to wizards that oiling your beard isn't just good hygiene. It's also for protection against demons in your lake. So it just slicks off. He tries to pull your beard.
Well, Adam posts some really wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
And
I love putting his prompts up on the show because he's very clever.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Well, he's a good writer too. He has the Dungeonator place where he puts his fiction up, and really, really good writer. I mean, again, this is the creativity of the den, what I love. Right?
All right, I'm going to zoom through these because we're almost at 10:30.
That's crazy.
I know. This is a giant these are just Geisengax orders that have all the add-ons on them. So talk about 10 lifetimes of TTRPG.
That Darkenhaven box is bigger than Mel's head.
I know. When I had to get in here early to clean up your area because we haven't been in the studio for a month. So I come in to clean up your area, and there was a Darkenhaven sitting on your chair, and I lifted it up. And, oh my god, it's so heavy! I can't wait for everyone to finish getting them in the mail. Yes. It just takes time because they take a bit to assemble, and they're moving as fast as they can. We've seen this before, and I enjoyed every time. The mysterious green stone of Hadusa.
Yes, but I think this was the first time I heard about the petrified Gooey Cube. That was kind of interesting that it was actually petrified rather than just being a Gooey Cube. But this is a very interesting. I've read about this because, of course, a number of people have posted it, and it is very, very interesting when you read the history of it. Very cool. The Hittites, right? So very cool.
I'm gonna show. Okay, so this was a fun meme that not fun. An interesting meme that Jim posted, but what was
I think it was pretty fun.
Yeah. So Gary Gygax's wife was convinced he was having an affair, so she followed him into a dimly lit basement and burst into the room, only to find him and his friends hunched over hand-drawn maps. Gary would go on to invent the role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons, But what was really why I pulled it was because you said, okay, so Luke, true or false? And then Luke came into the comments and actually verified that she was suspicious. But
as a younger man, but he was only playing war games, which of course were the genesis of D&D, right? The war games were this wonderful genesis to it, right? And they of course came up with chainmail, and I mean the history is very interesting if you've ever had a chance. If you like history, right? Some people think it's really dry, and sometimes I think it's really dry, but not as much as I used to. I used to think it was much more drier than I do now.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm gonna finish up with some Gloomport stuff.
Camera Mandy, just take a moment. I mean, this you should zoom in on this, right, as best as you can. So the wonderful thing about bringing about artwork, right, is it brings everything to life. I mean, my greatest dream is that someday someone would, we would be able to actually animate some of these things and do some stuff like that. But can you imagine the music in the background, right? And I know you can, Camera Mandy, because you're a cinematographer, right? And the airship from Estrenia coming into the Gloomport, right? And flying in past the flow cannons, which are very, very dangerous to airships, right? They are short range, that makes them very difficult for use other than in more closer combat situations. But I mean, Edvard just did such a magnificent job on this.
HBO, we're putting it out there to you. We are open to offers of a television show featuring the world of Zyathé. So,
Camera Mandy, just look. I mean, it's just magnificent.
Just put it into the algorithm, HBO. We have so much for you to work with.
We do have a lot for you to work with.
Okay.
Come on, chat. That's a great artwork. Yes.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes.
Lastly, it's been 5 years since we started the Gooey Game Masters Den of Enlightenment. So, cheers! Thank you all for keeping us going, and we only get weirder. So,
and Camera Mandy, this is still one of my favorite artworks, done by Ferdinand early on, right? Yes. You got the Tower of Verdigris in the background, right? Of course, up behind there in the back, you can't see it, is the entire Gravenstown area. The dump is over to the left, right? I mean, it's just so well done, and it gives you such a wonderful feeling for what the bay could look like inside. Wow. I still like looking at the old artwork.
Geeky Hoodie is offering your nudity in your contract for HBO, so I'm going to say no to that.
This would be a problem, Geeky, because I know HBO tends to like to make everybody naked, but here's the thing about this. I would turn off many people with my nudity, so I'll stay fully clothed. Geeky, by the way, my friend.
You wouldn't be playing yourself, though. You'd have some... Brad Pitt would play.
We put Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt could be Alphinius Goo. Yes, he's a little older now. It'd be perfect. And a good beard.
Lucy Lawless can come play Camera Mandy.
Yes, this would be perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so Geeky, I want to tell you, we are having Edvard illustrate the Blue Pearl Sanctuary, my friend.
Oh, very exciting.
Yes. Can't wait to show you.
Yes.
Yes, it's very, very good. Okay, what else we got?
Okay, so it is 10:30. Okay. I have the clues.
All right, we're going to do this real fast.
Okay,
so first of all, okay, go ahead, Camera Mandy.
I'm just going to show, are you going to actually, because I have this printed out, so I can fill it out. Do you want me to fill this out?
So I want to know what the chat thinks clue 1 is. It's the easiest one.
I can read, do I need to read these, or I have them up. So let's see here, is this clue 1?
Well, the chat's probably already got it, but you should read it. Just do a quick read.
That's clue 5. I have to find clue 1.
Good God, cameraman, you're all backwards.
Clue 4. Clue 1. Okay.
South of... You want to read it or want me to?
Go ahead, you go ahead.
South of Old Andvala, across the waters of the sea, there may be found isles where the wizard just might be.
Please put them in the chat if you have them. We want this to go super fast.
Yes, but many are the places and many are the shores. So therein lies the question, the answer found in lore. So dance your way to Blue Shine and taste the salty air. Feel the wind upon your face as you I can't even read that myself. As you slide the sea so fair. If you would find a wizard, then learn the tales told, for in them they're a key to find, a treasure deep and cold.
Okay, so the first one is the Blue Shine Archipelago.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on.
You don't have to write it down. Just keep going.
No, we're gonna do this. So I can show them.
Do you have the answers in case I forgot one?
The chat is putting them in.
Yeah, many people got this already. This one.
Here's the question: is how do you?
ARCHIPELAGO.
I did this wrong. Hold on. Archipelago.
Listen, you said you wanted to do this fast, and with you doing this, it's going to be insane.
That's because you messed up already on the first one.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, archipelago.
I will show the chat, and they can verify.
It has been checked and rechecked, Cameramendi.
Okay.
And people are finding it.
Am I spelling archipelago wrong? Because as far as I see, there's a missing...
ARCHIPELAGO.
But you see, there's not a space there for the O.
Oh, don't know how that happened. Obviously, people didn't check it. Maybe you have the old clue. Maybe you have the old clue thing. Anyway, people got it. It doesn't matter. Archipelago.
I'm sorry, I just like being right.
I know, Cameramendi. You really, it's a fault.
Jeez. Or is it a boon to you as an employee?
It's just, I love it, Cameramendi.
Okay.
Clue 2. On Cuttlebone, a witch doth live. Can you make it bigger for me, Cameramendi? It's a long ways and I put on my glasses.
Okay, hold on.
Just zoom in. There you go.
So it's...
On Cuttlebone, a witch doth live east of the Graver's shoal. Fishbone's mount doth rise above the cove where serpents hole. The witch is named Zorgana, and a tale she doth tell of pirates from a northern bay where silvered sands doth dwell. Said pirates' buried treasure may help you solve our trick. Look not through. Oh, look northward where more silver lies than east to island 6. Within the group look to the south, the cluster's lowest land. Due south thy eyes might find a town whose name you must command. All right. You want to show the answers, Cameramendi?
Yes. Thank you to the chat. You're doing great.
The chat, listen, people, we got great people in this puzzle solving thing, right?
So far, we have
Serpent's Cove,
Argent Bay, Fort Silver,
the Wrecked Cluster,
and Thigh Town.
Absolutely. All right, what's the next one, Cameramendi?
Hold on. Okay. There's lots of clicking that's happening here.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Zoom in.
I will once I find clue number 3.
3, it's very short.
Oh, this one.
Hook's home, blind crone, verdant stone, dead Rome. Where are we? 4 locations.
I'm doing it. Hold on. Keep talking.
Well, you can see it right here, Cameramendi. You know, it's just, and the chat's got this. We already have quite a few people who have.
I know they're putting it in for me so I can write it out.
And quite a few people have already solved the puzzle and gotten it right. And if you got it wrong and you submitted, resubmit. Ha ha!
Okay.
You can.
Dead ships hold. Okay.
Yes. And now you can show the chat, Cameramendi.
I will. Okay. Here we go. Y'all are doing great.
Doing great.
Yes. So.
Hookstown, Hag's Eye, Emerald Bay, and Dead Ship's Hole.
Man, my handwriting is just
awful. Horrific, Cameramendi. Horrific. All right, let's do the last one here. Let's go. Or not the last one, but let's do the clue.
Is this 4? No, that's clue 1.
Clue 1.
Where's clue 4? Clue 6? Clue 4.
East of the moon, find a bank. Nearby there, find a hole. Name the isle on which it lies. Then go north to a fearful shoal. What are the 2 islands' names? This was Geeky Hoodie helping people when he was, because he knew what a fearful shoal it is. Yes.
Okay.
All right. What do you think, Cameramendi?
Isle
yes,
of
the Isle of Capsa.
I guess we should have said spoilers if you want to solve this yourself.
Oh, heck no. At this time, it's time to cheat now so you can win gift cards. It's time to cheat and win gift cards.
An Isle of
Unduulu. Yes. Which that and the mud mounds of the mud mounds of whatever bog it is.
Bleak
Help me out,
Bottom.
Harry. Bleak Bottom.
Bog.
Thank you. Yes, the mud mounds of Bleak Bottom Bog. Those 2 adventures, we're doing those in 2025. We're going to publish them as part of the Kickstarters. I have great news about another Kickstarter as well. Clue 5. 3 mounts on Cuttle's bone there be. Name that which is most southerly. Then follow the winds to the eastern isle. and name the bay where pearls while. Another pearl, not northeast of the bay. North from there is Martinez. A port lies further north from there. Name that port and end your day. What are the 3 names we seek? Ha ha ha!
Okay, Belinda, you are doing great.
Belinda's a puzzle solver
yeah,
maniac.
Belinda's the one who's putting this all in the chat for me so I can just go. Okay,
Mount Fishbone, yep.
Wait, Mouth Fishbone?
Mount Fishbone. Mount Fishbone.
Yeah, I definitely put Mouth Fishbone, but it doesn't matter because it's not one of the...
Mount Fishbone.
Yes.
Xavier's Bay and Port Carwathar.
Okay.
Yes.
Last one. Okay. Whew.
That's clue 5, Camera Mendy. And here we go.
Okay.
Name the town of sweetest water that lies upon a bay. Name a town where sea snakes swirl in the ocean night and day. Then lastly, name a town where flowers float upon the air. These 3 may bring you fortune, if for the wizard you do care. What are the 3 towns' names?
Okay, I got it. Okay, let's see here.
Sweetwater, Serpent's Cove, and Rosewind.
Okay. So then...
Now remember, you have words associated with the cipher, so you can't just take just the words you figure out. See the words that go to the right of the cipher itself, that add to it.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Hold it up, and I'll explain. Put it to the thing, yes, and I will explain. So something to the right, it says something, your annoying wizard, something, something, go to find him, something, something to the, something, something of. So it's very important that you make sure those words are included because it will help you in the solving of the puzzle.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm doing this live on
Belinda's
air.
got it. Belinda's got it. Put it up in the chat,
Of
Belinda.
course
So
Belinda's got
put
it.
it up in the chat so she can read it, Belinda. Let's not waste any more time.
Okay, let's see her.
You're trying, Camera Mendy. She really wants to solve it.
I'm sorry. You can keep talking.
What do
I'm still on camera. Crap. Just kidding.
Just check the chat. Stop trying to
waiting
solve
for
it.
the,
It's okay.
I'm
You
waiting
don't
for the
have
chat to say.
Look at Camera Mendy. She really wants to solve it.
Okay, hold on.
Come on, Camera Mendy.
Okay, I'm waiting for the chat. The chat hasn't said what it is. You know what it is. Why don't you just say it?
Well, I need the cipher in front of me so I can remember to do it correctly.
Okay.
All right. I wish I had my glasses, especially with this. Go.
Oh, there it goes. The Goo, your annoying wizard.
Yes, that's it. The Goo. Sorry, I don't have my glasses, my friends.
I'll just read
I
it.
lost them on the island. Can't see anything.
The Goo, your annoying wizard. Be lost. Sorry.
The DLF was not very nice to me.
Okay, sorry. Be lost. To find him, head to the Isle of Fishers. Now name the place he may be found. The Isle of Fishers?
The Isle of Fishers.
Okay. So
and many people were confused. They were wondering, they were asking, because it wasn't it wasn't just like overt, right?
Uh-huh.
But what do fishers use?
Hooks? Is it Hookstown?
Ah, it was an isle. It's very
Oh.
clearly stated in the last line that it is an isle.
Oh, so you made it even more difficult.
It says name, yeah, because you have the old one. You definitely have the old one. It says it's the isle, right? So I think that's what was in the final clue.
Okay.
But it is Saruba.
Okay, it is Saruba.
Yeah.
If you're watching Good Morning Zyathé,
You
heard
got
it
the
here.
answer.
Okay, I put the link in the chat. So here's the deal. Oh, Infernal, I'm so sorry. So we have a new chatter who's like, what is going on?
Oh, that's the worst. So
And they're French. So hello, welcome to Good Morning Zyathé.
My friend, listen now.
Yes.
You can win one of 100 Gooey gift cards just by taking that name Saruba, going to the link, and putting it in. So you're perfect. You don't even need to know what's going on.
Okay. Sorry, this is not the best one to just jump right in on. We've been doing a 5-week mystery. Okay. Anyway, so I have posted the link in the chat. So it's shop.gooeycube.com/find-alf, ALF, or sorry, ALPH.
Yes.
And
Alf is a different guy.
There's a multiple choice answer on the page, and just go there and enter in the answer, multiple choice, and it will enter you to win. And it is very likely that every single person,
or at least a very high percentage
of them, yeah.
I think that most will get a few hundred entries. At most, we'll get a few hundred entries. So really, your odds are probably 1 in 2 or 1 in 3, maybe even everyone, if not enough people do it. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, and then we're giving out, so the first, or the 100 people who win get a $10 gift card.
There's 98 people who get a $10 gift card. One person will get a $50 gift card, and one person will get a $100 gift card.
Nice. Yes.
And your odds even there are pretty good to get that one, even if only a few hundred people, compared to most contests.
Yes.
So. And as those of you who attend this thing on a regular basis know, we give away a lot of crap. It's fun.
Well, it's not crap. We give away good stuff.
We give away a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't use
So it is crap. Suruba.
It is Suruba.
Okay, Suruba. Okay. Woo!
And Christy and Michelle were marvelous in helping us craft the Blue Shine Archipelago so long ago.
Yes.
And I was waxing nostalgic as I was looking at the aisles and reading the lore.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so our new person, Infernal K Hay Hair? Okay. Anyway, hello. So they were asking where the Blue Shine Archipelago was in the materials.
If you look in the West Verdestia book, you can get the entire information about the Blue Shines in West Verdestia. The isles lie to the south of Anvala on West Verdestia's shores, or off West Verdestia's shores.
And we've done the last 2 weeks. If you go back on YouTube, go to Gooey Cube on YouTube, you can see that we did deep dives into the Blue Shines through Goo Morning, Zyathé. Yes. And so you'll get to see the whole atmosphere and how you can use the materials in your campaign. So, because it's very piratey and fun.
That was the goal, milady, was to bring us a good piratey place. And that's what we did, indeed.
Okay.
So, my friends, welcome to a series that we're going to do in Goo Morning, Zyathé about running a city campaign. And I'm very excited to bring it to you. Obviously, my ideas are not every idea, and there are many wonderful ideas out there. But I think this will be fun, a little journey, and I would love it to be interactive with the chat. So we're going to ask questions and see what people think about different things as we go through it. And I'm very excited to bring it to you. So first of all, running a city campaign for me is very sandboxy, but it very much has plots. Now, again, without getting too deep in this, someday I'm going to do a whole series on this discussion about railroady and sandboxy and why I think it's all nonsense.
We had a question from the chat.
Oh, yes, please. Right away. Let's go.
If not enough people enter, can someone win more than one $10 gift card?
No, you can only win one time.
But this is a good time to get your friends involved.
Yes, tell friends. We're already approaching 100. So at least I think we are. Last time I looked. But I'm sure we'll give away them all. Especially because we're going to promote it, and it doesn't have, the answers don't have to be turned in until October 1st. So they still have another week. People are going to pass it all over the den and all of that stuff. Now, do you want me to do the welcome again, cameraman, so you can actually post this as its own thing?
Oh, you want to post it as its own
thing? Or can you
thing?
just cut out that piece?
Do it one more time, because I was also messing with the framing of your video.
Oh.
This is part of being on a live
My
stream.
humblest apologies for doing this to you. Hello, my friends, and welcome to a special segment of Goo Morning Zyathé, which is running a city campaign. And I'm very excited to bring this to you. All of the things we're going to talk about, different ideas, different strategies, different methodologies, and I think you're going to very much enjoy it. And I very much would like it to be interactive with you, with the chat throwing up questions and thoughts and comments, because my way is certainly not the only way. And as I said, someday I'm going to talk about sandboxy versus railroady and why I kind of believe it's all kind of nonsense, and why the game master is truly responsible for creating the right kind of vibe and vigor at their table for the people. What is that strange noise, cameraman?
I think that's probably Billy upstairs.
Oh, Billy. Well, that's okay. We'll
Billy's
check
a
in.
dog, just to be clear.
We'll check in on Billy in a minute.
Yes.
But anyway, but I do believe that there are significant elements of running a city campaign that require sandboxiness to a pretty nth degree. And so part of the strategy of running a city campaign is doing that. So let's go to the next slide. So as we begin this thing, we're going to talk about foundational elements, okay? And foundational elements are what I believe are the critical things you need to have if you're running a city campaign. And we're going to do a number of them in order as we go forward, okay? So the first one, Camera Mandy, isn't that a great piece of artwork by our friend Ferdinand? I just love it. The people of the city. Now, I believe foundationally to any kind of a campaign, except for really a true dungeon crawl, and even there, these have their places if you want to bring them to the tale, are the characters that your players are going to interact with. And so this is the first foundational element that I want to talk about. Because here's the problem with the city. They can go anywhere, right? They can cruise to any place they want to see. They can go to any locality, which means they can meet lots of people, which means you're sitting there as the game master going, oh my gosh, what do I do? How do I have all of these people and do all of this stuff? So I'm going to give you a little strategy that I love. And you can go to the next one, Camera Mandy, that we talk about bringing many NPCs to the table without going nuts. Okay? What, Camera Mandy, you had a question?
Oh, nothing. No, I did not.
Are you keeping your eye on the chat here? So if somebody has got something they want to throw out?
Yes.
So how do you bring many NPCs to the tale without going nuts? Because obviously they could pickpocket someone on the street, right? They could interact with a little person in a tent, right, who's a merchant. They could run afoul of a big warrior walking down the street by him running into them or them running into him, right? And so you got all of these things and you got all these variables and you're like, oh my goodness, what do I do, right? So here's what you're going to do. All right, Camera Mandy, go. This is called the hip pocket strategy, all right? And it is one of the reasons that we put lots of artworks of various NPCs in our materials. Now, if it's a more scripted material, right, a little more what some people call railroady, I don't believe that at all, but it's more scripted, it's a plot line that is scripted, there are specific NPCs that are particular and important to that tale. But in the situation of a city, you may have a scripted element, a plot element, or a number of plot elements that are going on as part of your tale, okay? But also within that scripted element, you can have lots of variables that can occur as your players are running around going to different places, doing their investigations or whatever you happen to be doing as part of your adventure, all right? So here's the hip pocket strategy. Go ahead. Isn't she beautiful? Go back there, right? Go back there, Camera Mandy. Is she not magnificent? Magnificent. I mean, I love her. She's a Gurund, and this was done by my dear Vera many years ago, but early on in our time. And I just think she has, she even has a little bit of cataracts in her eyes. I mean, Vera got a job with a studio and based on her artworks that she did with us, and it was a very good job. And I'm so proud and pleased because when we started working with her, she couldn't get a break in the industry at all. So I'm so happy for her. Anyway, keep going. This is important. No predefined backgrounds. This is part of your hip pocket strategy. So you're going to have a character. You're going to have a name. You might even, if you're like me, have a little voice written on the thing, and you might have physical description and all of that kind of stuff, okay? But you're not going to define who this person is ahead of time. You're going to define it if it is needed, and that person will then become that personage that you have then created on the spur of the moment to add to the tale. This is the hip pocket strategy. Keep going, Camera Mandy. So this wonderful dark elf that we have here, right? This wonderful sort of sagey person, they could be good, they could be bad, they could be interesting, they could be very boring, right? And so when you're doing this, you begin to fit characters to the plot lines rather than predefining the characters for the plot line, right? So these are the additive characters. The big bad is always going to be the big bad if you've pre-scripted it, right? You're not going to create the big bad on the fly, although some people do. But you're not going to do that. You can begin to fit these characters to the plot lines and to tangential plots, which really add to the depth of the entirety of the hip pocket strategy and building the experience of the city. Camera Mandy, are you watching the chat?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
There's currently a discussion about whether it's better to ask questions in the den or at Discord.
Both. Both is fine. Whatever, I'm not just capable in getting on Discord always. I try to get on there. But the problem with Discord for me is that you have these long threads that just continue on, and it takes a lot of time to review them. So that's why Discord creates a little more difficulty for me in trying to be specific and answering questions. All right. So this is one of our portraits, Magnificent Eric, one of our people who work here in our advertising agency. Right? They can be anyone. Yes. So Jens, I don't know if you're watching today, but there is Jens. And they really can be. Just because you have a portrait from Gooey Cube that says this person is this person, it doesn't have to be that person. You can change it up. It can be anything you want. Now, at my table, I must tell you, I use portraits sometimes. Sometimes I just use miniatures because I literally will keep track of the miniature as that person throughout the tale, right? So I do a mixture of both. And I do find it very effective for really creating more immersion. But again, as you're looking at your hip pocket strategy, this character right here could be anyone in your campaign that you desire, and you can add to the tale as it goes along. So if your players are kind of walking along your major plot, right, and they decide to go off on a tangent, I really want to underscore this. Railroading is only trying to make them go on your major plot, right? If they want to go tangentially, let them go. Let them run. Take them on that tangential plot and then bring hooks that might bring them back to the major plot line. Don't try to force it, right? This is how you really create what I consider to be the most best kind of game, which has pre-planned elements and pre-planned discourse and pre-planned things that really add to the tale, because things that are pre-planned that have good descriptions, things that are pre-planned that have maps and all of that kind of stuff, this is what really helps add to the texture and depth of the game. But you don't want to just force them to go to places, right? So they can be anyone. What's the next one, Cameraman? Seriously, they really can be anyone. This is Devrunda, right, who is my son. But Devrunda doesn't have to be as we have prescribed Devrunda. Devrunda can be whatever you want Devrunda to be in your game. Keep going, Camera right? Yes.
You literally just put in like 5.
I did on purpose. But why you go so fast?
You're getting. I will go slower.
Go back.
Yes.
You're killing me, Camera
Okay, sorry.
Who is this?
This
Belinda.
Oh, sorry. This one's. Sorry, I was watching Twitch. This one is Belinda.
Yes, it
Callie.
is. Yes, very recently made.
Yes.
Magnificent character.
Excellent.
Yes.
And
yes.
Amazing cosplay.
Fantastic. At Gen Con. We have pictures of that. In fact, we should probably, Belinda, what you should do is put up a picture of you cosplaying and a picture of your character here. This would be magnificent. Keep going, Kimberly.
Okay.
Right? So then we have.
This one is Nessa.
Yes, and there's Nessa. Magnificent, right? A ranger. Yes, but they can be anyone that you want them to be, right? There's Jenny. And Jenny is a part wood elf, and there's her little corgi.
So,
and Jenny's actually a baker in Dark.
Yes, I was gonna say that, like, so Nessa will be in Gloomport, I believe.
Yes, I believe in Gloomport.
And Belinda's character, I think, will be in Geisengax.
Yes.
But Jenny Stevens' character is in Darkenhaven. She has a backstory. She has a bakery.
Yes.
But you're saying, like, it's okay to just toss
No. I am just speaking that they can be anyone you want them to be. You don't have to necessarily use them as prescribed. Now, we provide prescribed things that you might want to keep, right? But the principle, the idea of the principle in terms of trying to sort of span the spectrum of really trying to force your players to do everything, or then going through this strategy where you just make up things as you go along, right? And sometimes those can get out of control, and sometimes they can get a little, sometimes boring, right? Because you really don't have as strong of a plot, right? I like to live here. This is where I like to live. Improvisation, right? Or, tangentially interesting plots that swing back around. And that sometimes means that even though Jenny's portrait is a baker in Darkenhaven, Jenny might turn out to be a villain, right? Jenny might turn out to be
might be poisoning those pies.
She might be making poison pies. Sweeney
Todd. I know.
Right? So this is what I want to, this is
good.
the principle of the idea of as you build this thing. All right, Cameraman, what do we got next?
Okay.
There's Marvelous Jen's Unseal Fairy, right? But again, you adapt the NPC as you need. So as you're going through the process, right, and your characters get involved with various NPCs, now it's not just who they are, it's what they do. So you begin to adapt that NPC. You begin to bring that NPC and fill out their background and what they're doing into the depth of the plot or the other subplots that you have, or some tangential plot that you are making up as you're building the entirety of your sort of tale, right? So you adapt them, and that's what brings this marvelous flavor and gives you the wonderful opportunity to be an improvisational game master and create your own stuff. I will tell you that there is not a single published adventure that I've ever gotten and run, including Gooey Cube adventures, that I don't add to. It's just what I do. I like it. It's fun. It's enjoyable. And frankly, I want to adapt to my players as they go along. And so if they go in a direction that I did not sort of have planned for, that's okay. I'm going to run with that direction and have fun with that direction. But then I'm going to try to drop some breadcrumbs and other hooks to kind of bring them back to the plot. If they choose not to ever go back to the plot, that probably means I did a bad job of making an interesting plot. So then I got to change that up a little bit myself. All right, what else you got, Camera Mandy? Oh, there's. Did I do Nessa twice?
This one, but that was, they can be anyone, and then this one is adapt.
Adapt, yes, of course. So this is continue, Camera Mandy. We're almost done. So there's James. I wanted to show James. I got him in there. He's got a marvelous character. So again, this wonderful dragon, blood touch person, right, who has this dragon touch, right? And I forget your name, James. I apologize. If you're watching, put it in the chat. Is it? What is it?
Warden?
I think so. I think you're right. So Warden could be a good guy, could be a bad guy, could be a neutral person, could be someone who brings them important information or brings them not important information, could bring them things that add to the tale or actually distract them from the tale, right? And this is the idea of adaptation. And this is where game masters need to shine on the side of the spectrum of more improvisation, right? Versus if you have Warden in the adventure already as truly a prescribed character, then there's going to be less of that going on because you kind of know how important they are to your overarching plot. Almost done. Let's go, Camera Mandy. Now, here's what I want to say to you. Why did I do NPCs first? I did NPCs first because I truly believe that, especially in a city campaign, they are the cornerstone, the first cornerstone of the foundation of making a city great. So build a bunch of NPCs, put them in your hip pocket, be ready to go, and then you have them for when you need them. I hope this was helpful. What do you think, chat? Got any questions?
I have some comments.
All right, love some comments.
Okay, so Harry says, it's great to have portraits as you need them and a list of names of NPCs as you need them. I keep a list of names from different regions and ancestries and cross it off when I use them.
Yes, and absolutely. And we actually, in some of our materials, provide NPC cheat sheets,
yes,
right? For exactly that reason, to make your life easier in terms of running like Carnival, right? Which is a little mini sandbox.
Yes. Plot hooks? We don't need no stinking plot hooks. Phrase my players say quite often. Okay.
Well, that's, again, this is the thing I really want you to understand. I'm only throwing out what I like and what my table seems to like. There are so many different variations and so many different ways to play and to throw shade, right? This is what I don't like about the sort of, oh, you run a railroady game, you're a bad game master, right? I don't like that. I don't like the elitism. It needs to go away. It needs to be put away. Because honestly, if you're running something that you love to run and your players at your table are loving the game that you're running, that's all that matters. Nothing else matters whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right? Some people don't use miniatures, don't use Dwarven Forged terrain at all. It's all theater of the mind. Wonderful, right? Some people want everything, right? Like Todd, Todd makes these magnificent builds, right? And he has them set up ahead of time. And he does do a good job of querying his people so he knows where they're going next, right? But he has to, by very nature, have some prescription, right, ahead of time, which is nothing wrong with it. It's good. I do that all the time myself. Anyway, what else?
There's some talk about the snail race. So
yes,
the Molluskians.
It's not happening.
Okay.
You can run that at your table.
Well, that's what Marcus was saying, is that at his table there will be an election for mayor.
Why not?
Okay.
Don't forget Zix Gramus has put his hat in the ring, as it were. Yes.
Yeah.
Although I haven't seen anything following up from that on Rob. We need to get him to do a little follow-up. That was a great video.
Joseph says, and get your players to take notes for you so you can keep track of who the names
Every time.
Yes.
I have 2 great note takers at my table, and they are spectacular. And again, giving your players assignments and things to do at the table actually helps improve their engagement, right? So at my table, unlike Todd, I actually ask my players to build. I have a map, and I ask them to build the dungeon with the Dwarven Forge or wherever they happen to be with the Dwarven Forge ahead of, most of the time I do this, build that ahead of time as we're going through the dungeon. So they literally are constructing as we're going along as well. So again, all of this stuff gives them more activity and more action, which is better for engagement.
So, sorry, I'm still reading comments.
No, it's good. I'm ready to answer anything or just acknowledge any comments.
Okay.
We have so many good game
Marcus
masters.
wanted to clarify that he wasn't throwing shade, and we did not think you were.
Oh,
Marcus.
no, Marcus.
Just so you know.
No, not at all. My friend.
Yeah.
Of anyone who doesn't throw shade, you are not. You are marvelous.
Well, he does throw shade, but it's in humor.
No, it's humor. It's not shade. Shade
Okay.
is a different thing.
We play online with StreamYard, and the players write their names, so it's easy for me to remember their names.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
We love StreamYard.
I really wish we'd figure it out, Cameron, because I love being able to put up the comments and some of those kinds of things. So
maybe we'll look at a different thing.
I know this is better.
It has to be easy for me, and
Yes.
the one that's through this program is not very easy.
Yes, no, I understand.
Okay. I think that's about all. We play with Owlbear Rodeo. I don't know what that is. It's really cool and simple, they say. So
you got to ride an owlbear.
oh, I like this. Throwing shade is a cantrip.
I actually really like that a lot.
Yeah.
We should think about that, Cameron, ready in the second part of Cyclopedia Magica.
Marcus is asking if he can take Corey C at your table if he moves here.
We can have that chat, Marcus.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Yes, my
today.
friends. I hope this was good. And listen, I want your feedback. If this wasn't so good, this segment on Dark and Haven, I want to know that, right? Send me a private message. Say it was okay, right? Because we really want to be wonderful and entertaining for you all and make this a joy, because it is a joy for Cameron, Mandy, and me. We wouldn't have done it for 5 years if it was onerous. It is wonderful to be here with you on Saturday mornings and enjoy your laughter and your funness and all the things that we do. May all your adventures be sticky, my friends, and it's good to be home. Bye-bye now.